That was not a scale choice. That was the melody driving the solo. My name is Junwon Choi. I am an educated jazz guitarist and I passed down the apprenticeship I trained into jazz guitar lovers. Most players do not need more information. They need a clearer learning order. In this episode, I am going to show you the exact three-step path from melody to solo in one tune. First, I will play it real, then I will slow it down, then I will fully break it apart so you can rebuild it. Here is the problem I see everywhere. People can play the melody and they can play some jazz notes, but the moment the melody ends, the solo becomes a different universe. So today we are fixing one thing, how to keep the solo attached to the song. For today, I will use this tune, the one I just played, Fly Me to the Moon in key of C. And I am choosing it for one reason. The melody already contains the route. So let me play it again one more time, but listen for one thing. Can you still hear the melody's direction even when I am soloing? Okay, so let me play the solo. Maybe not exactly the same because I didn't write it down, but I know the path. So yeah, let me try that. I started it from the one measure before to set up the melody, and then quote the melody. So if your solo sounds disconnected, it is usually not because you do not know enough. It is because you lost the route. And the route is the melody. Now I will slow it down and show the exact connection. In the slow version, I am not adding theory, I am only doing two jobs. Keep the melody's landing points and connect them clearly. So step one is melody first. Play the melody and mark the notes that feel like arrival. Those arrivals are not random. They are the composer showing you what matters. Okay? So let's see the melody. Right? This is also the lyrics. That's why the legend, the jazz legend, they not only sang the melody, but they also said the lyrics. So the lyrics, I don't know the whole lyrics to it, but Fly Me to the Moon, that is the first lyrics. So it clearly shows the well lands the melody, right? And also this structure is really ingenious. The chord progression is in diatonic circle of fifth motion, which is very natural gravity has in that motion. right? And the melody is that starts from the third of the chord every time. Third, 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 third. And the melody connects between the post to the next post and the next post. How they connected? Scale wise. Over here, the second measure, because we don't have an even number of scale notes, if we want to go on the next measure the same logic, we don't have enough notes in the scale. So what the composer did is, this is our target notes on for the next measure, but he delays it. He did not play these target notes before the measure before. That technique is, I found out it is really important technique during your improvisation. Even when you hit the targets at the right time, but if you blow it up already, then it doesn't really sound like that is target. That is why the great solo sound like inevitable. They use these lines, how they organize it is that particular notes, they are setting it up right to like it should be there. Okay, so that was the first step. So I will keep the same arrival, but I will extend the sentence. Same destination, but slightly longer path. Okay? So not just playing the melody, but melody already show it how we can make it, right? How we can go to the next target. So, right? Then, how about this? The melody starts from top to the bottom. Why don't we play bottom to the top? Right? Then this is the composer's logic in second measure. Because the notes, we don't have enough notes, right? So we don't hit this note before when the time hasn't come yet. So, and then keep going into the melody logic, right? So this is improvisation, not replacing the melody, continuing it. Step 2 is color, but not random color. Some people call it the upper structure, but here is the simple version. You keep the same landing notes and you choose a color that supports it without breaking the direction. Okay? So, I'm gonna give you the example. Notice the melody is still driving, but color is serving it. So the color tone for each note, yeah, the upper structure, in the A minor 7, we can use this C major 7, right? So, and this is Django line. But still, we need to hit these notes when the next measure, the 1, is coming. Now you understand the connection. Next is what guitarists actually want. How this stops you from getting stuck in one area. In this part, I will show you the whole system in 3 pieces: target, connection, and range. Piece 1, the target. Play the melody and circle 2 or 3 notes that sound like home inside the phrase. Your solo has to respect those homes. That I already mentioned you is the third of the chords, and also that is the first notes on the first beat. So if you cannot hear the target, you cannot hear the tune, which is this. Piece 2, connections. This is where most people panic and reach for patterns. But you only need one rule: connect target to target in a way that still sounds like the melody. Okay? I already break down how the composer did it and how I might do it, right? In the same melodic logic. There was the melody going down, right? If that is the melody, I could do That is why correct notes can still sound wrong, because correctness is not direction. Piece 3 is range. Guitar players get trapped because they keep repeating the same idea in the same register. But melodies naturally want to speak in different ranges. So I am going to say the same sentence in a different register and keep the same target. We play the melody over here, and I played the line like, but there's another way to go. Right? So here, or even here, we have another direction to go. From here, right? So that is the diagonal effect, not a trick. The melody forces it. Now, let's go back to the real tempo. Same targets, same direction, just full speed. Here is the rule you can take with you. If your solo does not sound like the tune, you did not lose theory. You lost the melody's route. Do this with one standard this week. Play the melody clean. Pick 2 to 3 targets that feel like a rival. Write one short solo line that keeps the same targets. Say the same line in a different range once. That is enough to change your playing. If you want the full foundation, start with my free course, Essential Building Blocks. I will put the link below. Watch it, then submit the scorecard, and I will tell you exactly what to fix next. And if you want to see this inside of Master's playing, that is jazz icon, Wes Insight, I will put the link down below. also. In next episode, we will apply the same three-phase method again, real, slow, and full breakdown, so you cannot miss the logic. Probably in next episode, I might explain this one. I'm really nervous right now because I might not playing it right, but the Gone with the Wind, played by Wes Montgomery. The first four major is, and the melody goes like that, and then Wes played the line is crazy. He's playing like, yeah, something like that. I messed up the very last part, but yeah. This line showed you covering whole neck diagonally, and what he play is targeting the third whole time, and he is playing, yeah, every third of the chord and make the melody line, and he applied the diminished line and blues in there, everything. I am so excited to share this knowledge with you, and this is the way the people play this music. So keep staying tuned, and until I will see you next time, keep swinging. Thank you.